So, told me it won't let me name my gun cunt in the loadout, but it let me name it cuck, so it wouldn't let me name one of my loadouts cunt.
You shouldn't be using that word anyway, bitch.
You ready to go? Bro, are you gonna play with us?
Okay. What is up, gamers? I am, in fact, vibing. Okay. I am vibing. Okay, yep, I think we should be good. Okay, rise and grind, gamers. Let's get going here.
Yeah, I said it.
Let me get the game fired up, delete my save. Actually,
that's fine. Like, I'll let my Adam for you. I know. Zoe's putting in work on my Adam. Rip Kobe.
I've been playing some casually, and so make sure to not lose that progress. Tell Steam to go offline. And fire up the game.
Not long ago, in a town much like yours,
And
there
I
was a
cannot
young
skip
woman who was
the
very happy.
opening cutscene, which is a good
Until
sign.
one day her heart broke so violently that her sorrow echoed through space and time. So our saga begins tonight.
I have
Yet
juggled
eons
my
ago,
layout a little bit.
Just here, yet light years away.
Let me... Okay, yeah. Oh, let me... While I'm paying attention, let me switch to the all riddles splits.
Let's pop!
Now this is going to be scuffed as all hell because I have not run this category in like 2 weeks or something. But actually, it hasn't been quite 2 weeks, but whatever. It's been a minute. This is not going to PB. Three, two, one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12.
rank.
So JPJ actually discovered that if you pause and quit to menu once it announces your rank, then you still get credit for the rank and you save a lot of time. So the world record that's currently displaying at the bottom of my splits is out of date. World record is actually 155 something by JPJ.
No rank.
Oh, that's the wrong button. Oh hey JPJ, thank you for giving more detail about how the skip actually works. Or tech, I guess. Gotta go for cactus skip, that's important.
Gold rank.
Also, GPJ, do you like the new layout? Moved a couple things around. The face cam is still in the same place it had been. I just have that off for now. Thanks. I'm not all that great at mashing yet. Watching JPJ run Wild % is always interesting, because he can get like 70 spams on this last boss here. I think I got to 50 one time. It's possible that my tech is just off and I need to ask, hey JPJ, how do you smash faster? It's also possible that this keyboard is just bad, because it's an old, kind of crappy keyboard that's starting to have some keys get stuck occasionally. I've ordered a replacement, but it's going to take a bit to get here. Ah. God, 79.
That's gotta hurt. Gold rank.
Thank you, GPJ. I was absolutely going to forget my punch.
Gold rank.
Wish me luck. Should be good.
Gold.
Damn. JPJ gets typed out for a single message that's all caps. I think our Nightbot might be a little over-aggressive on this channel. Oh. Wow. Okay, and now we get to vibe with the menu.
Not long.
Wow. That is
Gold rank.
nuts.
Gold rank.
I have laid my eyes on you. This is sparkling blue. I never learned, but I can't hide. You'll be my alone. You are shine. It fits so Won't you be my lovely liar? You're the story I desire. It doesn't matter if it's fake. I love to open inside. You are hot glitters. Ignite my shine. It fits so perfectly with all the golden inside. Like many times I was made. Disaffected on a string. What isn't real could never fade. We breathe for the masquerade. You are hot glitters. I shine. It fits so perfectly with all the golden things.
Sayonara, wild heart. Gold rank.
want to Giga Brain this, I could probably be going for Riskies here, but that would gain me basically nothing. So I think I will refrain from that. One. Two. Three.
I will make your wish come true. Would you like to skip this meeting?
And four. There are Gigabrain strats that I could use at this level, but I do not know the Gigabrain strats, and consequently I am disinclined to go for them.
I'm too young to remember when the world was alive. I'm too old to start changing and too tired to revive. The world
And my splits will be thrown off if I go for bullet dodging here, so I'm going to simply not do that.
They say begin again. They say begin again. I'll take any fragment sacrifice. They say begin again. They say begin again. I'll treasure any fragments left behind. I'm too young to remember when the world was alive. I'm too old to start changing.
Ooh, I'm gonna be able to go for one death skip here.
I'm too old to start changing.
Maybe.
Too tired to revive.
Yes! You'll love to see it.
Would this bit.
Nice. Gold rank.
If I need to get that coin again. No, I got it. It gave me credit for it. Hopefully I don't fucking whiff this coin. Ah, that happens. start recording. Nah, I'm not gonna do it. My face cam's not on.
Bullseye. Gold rank.
Okay, so now we have to fight this.
Wild hearts that
Hey. Yeah, I have submitted this run to Coronavirus Relief Done Quick because SGDQ itself got pushed back due to coronavirus. So they're having an online marathon that is happening sooner, and I have sent in the submission for this category. Oh, I could have sworn I had fixed that. Unfortunately, tabbing to fix it burns time. Actually, is that better? Okay. Is this an improvement, or is it still not great? Okay. Okay.
would you like to skip
If it is slightly an improvement, we take those. Okay. Not awful is good. I strive to have a not awful stream. Also, howdy to everybody in the chat.
Silver rank.
I'll turn myself up a little bit as well, and hopefully that makes a difference. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, so for the new gamers in the chat, this game is Sayonara Wild Hearts. It is a arcade rhythm type game. And this category is all riddles. It's to get all 24 of the achievements that exist in the game. Because the game has 24 achievements that it calls Zodiac Riddles
skip this bit?
that are various actions that it wants you to do, and there are hints that are kind of cryptic as to what it is that you are supposed to be accomplishing, and you have to figure it out / Google it, and then do that thing to get the achievement. So the one that I'm getting right now requires me to play a level late in the game and get a gold rank, and then play a different level and get a silver rank, and then play this level and get a bronze rank.
Bronze rank.
And so we have just done that one. I don't believe so. Oh yes, thank you JPJ for googling the hint text. Yeah, my time, I don't think, pauses while I'm alt-tabbed. At some point, I might hack the planet and add a load remover to the auto splitter, but removing all of the time that somebody's paused is actually non-trivial for the speedrun, because one of the achievements is to skip cutscenes in 10 different levels in a row, and one of the achievements is to spam pause a dozen times, and I already did both of those, but if we remove time that you spend paused entirely, then that kind of throws off the way that those get timed. I'm not sure it makes like a huge difference, but it does. Like there, oh, I whiffed that coin, I need that. There we go. Yeah, and so that is... Yeah. Oh, I have died a lot here. Hopefully I can still recover this, because that would be mildly frustrating if I start throwing the instant that people show up in the chat. Stranger things have happened, though. Yeah, UNM Esports invites me to stream on their channel and I never PB when I'm streaming on the UNM Esports channel. It's probably a coincidence, but it happens often enough that I don't think it's completely nothing. My current PB is 2 hours and 1 second. Getting that was bittersweet, because on one hand it was the fastest I'd ever finished the game, on the other hand it's 1 second away from being sub 2 hours. Yeah. So with luck, I can get enough points at the second half of this level to still get a gold rank on this level, because I have to get a gold rank on all of the levels individually to unlock the YOLO arcade mode, which I will be needing to have access to unlock 2 of the achievements, which can only be done in that mode. Okay, hopefully I don't die here. Didn't die. I die on that second a lot. Okay. I'm impatient.
Then the voices of the three
Cutscene hasn't started yet. You can't skip a cutscene that hasn't happened. Oh,
and
I didn't know that.
wind, their words soared. From the shards of your broken heart,
Okay.
is risen. You have restored the lost harmony on your own.
I am hoping against hope that I can recover from dying a lot earlier. 'Cause I would love to not have to replay this entire level anyway. I might make it. This game is available on PC and PS4 and Xbox One and Switch and iPhone. You can get this game all sorts of places. Yeah, through Apple Arcade. The developer Simogo are actually known for making really compelling mobile games. This is one of their... I don't know if it's one of their earlier games to be ported to PC, but it's... They mostly make phone games, and their PC games are kind of adapted from that. Gold rank. And we will quit to menu. Oh yeah, it's... It makes a very good mobile game as far as I've heard. They have an exclusivity deal with Apple, so it doesn't exist on Android, which means that I can't play it on my phone. But for the people who go for high scores, actually some of the high score world records are only beatable on iPhone, because the way that the movement works on iPhone is slightly different. So the riddle that we're going for here is to... Same. So the riddle that we just got is to go 10 years back in time, which is, skip the, go 10 years counterclockwise around the Zodiac Riddles wheel. And now we are in YOLO Arcade, which is all of the levels in order, and if you die, you are done. You don't get checkpoints. So this is kind of the hardcore run. Aha, thank you, JPJ. But yeah, so this... the two riddles that we need to get in this mode are, we need to get, I think the hint text for the first one we're gonna get is, you only live once, but I risked my life 10 times, or something. And it's to get 10 near misses, for which it gives you a bonus and pops up the text risky, in YOLO Arcade. And then I forget what the hint text is for the other one, but the riddle is to get a bronze rank in YOLO Arcade, which means 250,000 points. So we don't have to play the entire game all the way through and never die once. We just have to play until we get 250,000 points, and then faceplant into a tree. So yeah, the people who missed the first half of the run because I wasn't promoting it very loudly. Thank you, JPJ, once again for Googling things. Or actually, more likely, just pulling them off of your Google Doc that you made a while back. So yeah, this, as you may or may not have picked up on by now, this game is kind of an auto-scroller. There's not a lot you can do to be faster or slower within the game itself, since the levels are synced to the songs. There's a little bit that we can do, like... Thanks. Yeah, and so there's some tech that we'll see later in the run. And there was some tech that we saw earlier, but this particular piece, the only tech is skipping the cutscenes as fast as possible. That's part of why I run this category. Any percent, I have run any percent. It's definitely interesting. But the any percent no death skips category that doesn't use, like, the one most, like, controllable piece of tech is kinda not all that compelling to me. And so I mostly run this category because this category is a little more variable based on skill. Like, the skill ceiling is way higher in this category than it is in especially, like, any percent no death skips in all cutscenes. Regular any percent still has some pretty interesting tech going on, and you'll kind of see some of that once I get a little further into the run. Because the third piece of this run involves a lot of the tech from any percent. But yeah, currently we're just trying to get a bunch of points and not die. The world record that's displaying at the bottom of my splits is actually kind of out of date, because there's a pending run the JPJ did the other night, I think, that's 155 something. Yeah, it's good to be back. It's been a rough quarantine, but I'm vibing. I streamed a little last week, just playing some, like, hex cells, but I don't know that anybody actually stopped by. Oh hey, so there's our 10 riskies, so... Because, yeah, like, we didn't have to go out of our way to grab those to, like, get close to obstacles. We kind of just let that happen. Because some of these levels, you kind of just naturally go close to obstacles. And so I've never had to, like, consciously go out of my way to try to get that achievement. Oh yeah, so you might see on my splits, a couple of splits ago, the name for it is Banana Time. And that's actually, one of the people on the speedrun Discord, Calame, was data mining and found a thing in the code that talks about secret bananas. And so he was like, bananas? I haven't seen any bananas in this game. What on earth are the bananas? And spent like a while trying really hard to figure out like what he had missed in the game. That was the secret banana, like is it some like invisible pickup or something? Couldn't find anything by just playing, went back to data mining and went, oh, the square coins that I've been picking up all run are referred to in the code as secret bananas. So the riddle that's get all of the square coins in the game is the one that I have labeled Banana Time in my splits, because the square coins are secret bananas. And as far as I can tell, they're called secret bananas because secretly they're bananas. So that's fun deep lore. Calame also data mined to figure out the names of all the bosses. Like, there are 3 bosses in this level that we are fighting, and they have a name presented in the game that's the 3 of them that I forget. But the individual bosses themselves don't have names given in when you play the game. But Calame data mined and figured out what their names are. I forget their names as well, but they do exist. But yeah, this game has a really great speedrunning and score attack community. It's just like, it's super chill and like positive and encouraging and stuff, and just a great like space. And some of the people who like watch a lot of the streams, like generally there's not a huge amount of overlap between the people who are speedrunning and the people who are going for high scores. JPJ is the only person who both does this category, all riddles, and goes for high scores all the time. There's a separate category, 100%, that involves getting all of the riddles and also getting really high scores. And JPJ is, as far as we know, the only person who's done that. He had a run earlier today that was like 2 hours 45 minutes to get absurdly high scores on all of the things, and also to get all of the riddles. Because, yeah, the other two people who run all riddles, who are Whale Noir and myself, don't really know how to do the high score tech. At some point, I'm probably just going to have GPJ just, like, teach me all of that so that I can also do 100% and probably not be as good as he is at it. But yeah. Yeah, one of the things that's been kind of interesting for me is to, like... Because, like, when I started... Like, when I was, like, most of the way through playing this game casually, I was like, this might make an interesting speed run. And I was kind of thinking about, like, how this category would make a good speedrun category. And then on the leaderboards, it didn't exist yet, because nobody had really done it. And so I was like, hey, would it be cool to have this category? And the people on Discord were like, oh yeah, sure, that'd be interesting. And so I was kind of the first person doing a lot of the routing stuff for that. And, like, watching, like, the ways that it's become a community thing is just, like, super interesting to me. Because, like, I technically started it, but it's, like, so many other people have, like, contributed to the route. And it's just, like... Because this is, like, the first, like, real speed game that I've ran. And so, like... Like, watching that process actually happen is just... Yeah, I wasn't even paying attention and I went for tree coin and it didn't kill me. Okay, so we got our 250,000 points, and so we face-planted into our tree. And this is telling us, hey, you got a bronze rank. So yeah, a coin back there that I picked up is right next to a tree, and so we call it tree coin, and I have died a lot of times trying to get that coin. And if you die right there in YOLO, and you don't have enough points, then you have to replay all of YOLO, and that burns, like, a lot of minutes. That happened to me several runs. That has happened to me a couple times. And so usually I just don't go for that coin, because usually it doesn't make much of a difference as to where I can have enough points and die. But my brain was in commentary mode instead, and so I went for it, and I didn't die. And I'm very glad for that, because if I had died there, I would have been tilted out of my mind. Okay, thank you. So the level, not the level that we're just starting, but the level after that is called Doki Doki Rush, and we need to get a total of 20 riskies, which are near misses. So that one, I call that Riddle Risky Risky Rush. With the old route, you would at least, like, see the level names when I was playing them as singles, but since we figured out that it's faster to skip a lot of the menuing, then you don't even see that. But yeah, the level after this one is Doki Doki Rush, and we need Riskies. Okay, so yeah, this is Risky Rush, or Doki Doki Rush. We need Riskies. 3, 4, 5. Favorite level, 6. Ow. Wild Hearts Never Die, the very last one, is probably up there. 1, 2, 3, 4. I will answer you when I am not in a 5 level that requires me to focus and count. 6. Ow. I mean, you can. As long as you don't do it in all caps, because that'll get you timed out or something. Oh, okay. Usually I can do this first try, which is why the splits is, like, already counting down all the time that I'm losing back. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay, so my favorite level is either... Wild Hearts Never Die is my favorite boss level. I think... Oh, hey, and the stream quality has gone to hell because my bandwidth is getting zucked. Okay, so this level is annoying because I need to get good on every single QTE. I can't get perfect, I can't get okay. Thank you. I did it. Okay. So yeah, Wild Hearts Never Die is probably my favorite level in general, just because it's so good. But it's the last level. It's kind of everybody's favorite level. It doesn't really count. My favorite other boss level is probably mine, which I'll point out when we get to it. This one used to be my favorite, but one of the earlier achievements is to play this one 3 times in a row and get gold on all 3. And so I play this level 5 times every single run, and I'm starting to get tired of it. I have no idea why why my upload bandwidth is just, like, going to hell all the time. I'm pretty sure it's not any of the stuff that's on my computer. Probably? maybe? A little bit? Nah, I don't know. There's a thing that I probably should have checked before I started, but I would have noticed by now if it was still on fire. And then my favorite non-boss level is probably Parallel Universes, which I'll point out when we get there. Yeah, this was my favorite level for a while, because it's kind of the first level where the game really shows you all of the things that it can do. Like, the levels before this are, like, kind of nifty, but, like, this is the level where the game is like, no, this is the first level where the game, like, has finished, like, setting itself up and is ready to be itself. This is the moment where I knew I was hooked. Yeah, it's a very fun game to just watch and listen to and just kind of spectate. Less so when I'm loudly spamming on my keyboard, but even so. Yeah, it's very much a good game to spectate. So yeah, the riddle coming up next is not quite as bad as the one we just finished, but it's pretty close. Because instead of being every QTE needs to be good, every QTE needs to be perfect on the next level. And it's not quite as hard because being perfect is easier than being very slightly imperfect, but not too imperfect. But it's still kind of fiddly, so I wouldn't be surprised if I take a couple attempts. Okay. Oh yeah, RIP monitor users. Sorry, that's probably a bit late, but yeah, the QTEs are generally tied to the beat, and so yeah, it's like, as somebody who played the drums for a while and has a pretty decent sense for rhythm, it's like maddening to try and deprogram your brain to be very slightly offbeat. But not too offbeat. Oh yeah, and the wolf bots. Love these. They're super cute. Unfortunately, they're trying to attack us, and so we have to shoot at them with lasers. Which is a shame, because I would love to pet the wolf bots. Now, this level is kind of fiddly. Yes. This level's kind of fiddly to consistently get a gold on as a single. I've been doing alright on it the last couple times, and I got it first try this time, but in this segment, we don't have to do anything on it. We can kind of just park in the middle and not do anything if we want. This is so much simpler. Okay, and now it is boss time. Okay, so the next riddle, 2 levels from now, Hearts and Swords, will... The riddle is to die a bunch on that level, and there are a lot of places where the quickest way to die is to just not touch anything. And so, as a shout out to one of my favorite GDQ runs, Wall of Spain's Skyrim run from a couple years back, when I have a big chunk of downtime there, I take a selfie and I tweet it, and so I've got a thread on my Twitter of just like various selfies that I've taken at that point in the run. Since we've got a while to not have to do anything, I just kind of use that time to aim. It's mildly amusing because that's not actually the biggest chunk of downtime in the run. A while back, you have to put to menu in the middle of the singles and listen to the menu music all the way through. And if I were... Oh. Okay, so this is the first, like, actual tech that y'all are seeing. This is a death skip. So there's a segment up here that's kind of slow. And so if we face plant into a wall a couple times, then it'll say, hey, do you want to skip that bit? And we will say yes, and then we are through the level faster than we would be if we were just playing normally. So that's the first death skip. We're going to do a couple more of those for the rest of the run. There are a couple that we would have done already in any percent, but this isn't any percent. Okay, Wolf Cerberus has exploded. Okay. So now we go into Heartbreak 3. And so here again, we've got a segment that's pretty slow, and so we're just gonna die a lot. And
Would you like to skip this bit?
skip that bit. Yeah, and it's kind of funny, since this game is an auto-scroller and everything's supposed to be synced to the beat, if you hit that boost, then it slows you really far down, because you still need to be hitting the checkpoints at the right times, and just kind of moving at the right pace. And so it is mildly amusing that hitting the boost right after you get off the boost, you are going really slow. Okay, so yeah, this is Hearts and Swords. We do have to skip the cutscene, and then we don't have to do anything. And so I take out my phone. I have my face cam turned off, but phone out. Selfie's taken.
Would you like to skip this bit?
I would love to skip this bit. And then we continue to not touch anything. Tweet the selfie.
Would you like to skip this bit?
I would love to skip this bit. And then we have to hold right a little bit, but the selfie has been tweeted, so the meme is complete.
Would you like to skip this bit?
And there's a riddle. Okay, so this level that's coming up next is Parallel Universes, and we are... The riddle here that I've called Soft Throwing in My Splits is to not pick up any small hearts at all. So we have to play some dodgeball. We can still get the big ones, thankfully, but the small ones are poison, and we cannot get them. But yeah, this is my favorite level that isn't a boss level, just because it's like... The gimmick is good, the song is good. It sparks joy. Yeah. Yeah, this game's soundtrack is just wall-to-wall absolute bangers. Yeah. Like, once you know that small blood pumps means the small hearts, and snaps and claps, and cursed means don't pick them up, and snaps and claps refers to the level that has the snapping and clapping, then it becomes at least somewhat comprehensible. But, like, that's one of the ones where you'd have no hope of that if you didn't Google it. Oh yeah, so there are, like, 3 death skips in this level, and this is the first one. We're just gonna face tank that sword a couple times, as one does.
Would you like to skip this bit?
I'm bad. I don't know under what circumstances it'll re-show that prompt, so I'm just gonna take that L. I was a little too eager hitting that skip button. Okay, I'm not sure... Actually, no. Mathematically speaking, it would still have been faster at that point. Okay. Thank you for that insight, JPJ. I will bear that in mind for next time. So now we're face planting into a sword, which is different from face tanking a sword, which we were doing last time.
Skip this bit.
So this time we will actually press up before we hit space, and then we will death skip again.
Would you like to skip this bit?
I would love to skip this bit.
Sayonara, wild heart.
So yeah, JPJ, do you think that line there is "a love to own" or "I love to own"? They haven't released official lyrics, so we may never actually know for sure. Oh, also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 40. Okay. Okay, so yeah, that one was to spam the side-to-side teleport 40 times. Okay, and so this is the one that sucks to do casually. This is Night Drift 0. We have to get 0 points on this entire level. No small hearts, no big hearts, no drifting, no near misses, no square coins. This one sucks to do casually. I think this one took me like an hour trying to get casually. But it is easier if you have a consistent setup, like most things in this game. And so the route that I take here is pretty reliable. First try, let's go. Oh, a little too early there. Thanks. Yeah, that analysis kind of makes sense, JPJ.
So wait, what's the max squad size?
Yeah, so we vibe for this level. This segment is slow, so we're gonna face plant into some Tetris pieces, as one does.
Would you like to skip this bit?
Yeah, yeah. Some of the songwriting in this game is kind of interesting to analyze from a lyrical perspective. Oh, also, this entire level is slow, so we're going to be death skipping all of it except for the part that we need to play to get a riddle.
Would you like to skip this bit? Would you like to skip this bit? Would you like to skip this bit? Would you like to skip this bit?
Okay, so this is the segment that we actually need to play. Because I could have gone for this when we were playing this level as a single. Okay.
Would you like to skip this bit? 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 Would you like to skip this bit?
Yeah, I've got a list up on my phone of the directions that you want to hold every time you spawn to make sure that you get all those skips in the most optimal way. Because I frequently struggle with that.
Nice.
But that time we did alright. Okay.
Shoot the skylight so many goddamn times out.
Yeah, the ceiling on the world we knew, like, there are so many points that you can get. Oh yeah, also, JPJ, I'm not sure if you were paying attention for that bit, but I managed to get in... Oh yeah, no, you definitely were, never mind. Okay, so this level has a couple pieces that are slow. We're just gonna faceplant directly into this whirlpool. That's the word.
Would you like to skip this bit?
Oh, did you not know about that one, JPJ? Yeah, Whalmer's 90% world record goes for that. And this segment is also slow, so we're gonna skip this too.
Would you like to skip this bit?
Oh, no, I got enough points on that level as a single to get the death skip early and not have to play all of it, but you were there for that. Okay. So this one we have to slide back and forth 25 times. 1, 2... I usually don't count for this one because there's enough margin. Now, on this... When you're going for this riddle, dying is actually fine. It's probably a bug, but if you get some and then die and get more in the same spot, then it counts both of them. I think. So yeah, we have slid into DMs, and now we can vibe. And so we've done most of the, like, actually meaningful content of the run, but not all of it. Because there's another non-trivial riddle and one last death skip. Yes. So this game is an archery game now. The title of this level is Hate Skulls. Okay. Two levels left. We got this. We are going to spin to win. This tunnel that we're about to go into, we are going to spin a lot, and then win. One, two, three. So yeah, we do a bunch of barrel rolls and then we're set. And then the last riddle is to get at least half of these square coins in Album Arcade, which I'm fairly confident that we've done. And so the rest of the run isn't like... Oh, I was about to say the rest of the run doesn't require skill, and then I died. But honestly, that doesn't really matter. Because that doesn't cause problems anymore. It burns like a second, but that's about it. Yeah, and actually, as of like a week ago, there's actually tech all the way up to the end of the run. Alright, extra large combo. Not bad. Oh! Yeah, see Bernardo. And then Death will claw and dab and dab. So yeah, this is my favorite level. And then we do a little more archery. Then we do a little more lasering. Skip a cutscene. And
Then
now
the
we ride a
voices of
dragon.
the three divine arcana echoed from the beyond. And through the wind, their words soared. From the shards of your broken heart, the real heaven has risen. You have restored the lost harmony of the world. Now you must go and find harmony.
Yeah. More games should have a finale where you smooch a dragon. And actually, this is JPJ Skip. It was found by JPJ like a week ago. And it keeps the run interesting right up until the very last moment.
Would you like to skip this bit?
Sayonara, wild hearts.
Robert looks like he don't like that many shits. Where we going, Robert?
There we go. That is a PB by a solid chunk. Oof. Couple seconds shy of beating Whalemore Noir, so I get to remain at 3rd place in the leaderboards. But yeah, that's a PB by almost 3 minutes. So yeah, and now we've got 24 riddles, and we have credit for all of them. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, hey, Whalmer. Yeah, your 157 flat is still good enough for 2nd, at least. For now. I am feeling a little better mentally, and so hopefully I will be running a little more. And so I might hit that 157 at some point, and in theory I could even get sub 156. Sub 155 might be mathematically impossible, although there's always a chance we could find new tech. Because we found the new skip after we'd been like running the game for a couple months, so. Okay, so the expert says that sub 155 is definitely possible.
Not long ago, in a town much
And
like
so
yours, there was
it'll be
young
a fun
woman
adventure to
named
figure out who's gonna get that first.
Until one day her heart broke so violently.
At some point, I still want to put together a video guide so that people who are interested in picking up this game. Oh,
So our saga begins
Wow.
tonight. Yet
yeah.
there
At
is
some
a
point, I want to put together a video guide so that people who aren't the 3 of us who already run the category can start running the category. Thank you to everybody who showed up for the stream. If you want to see more of my streams, yeah, have a good night to you too. If you want to see more of my streams, twitch.tv/boringcactus. If you want to watch more University of New Mexico esports content, subscribe to this channel, twitch.tv/UNM esports. We have League of Legends, Overwatch, Rocket League, I think sometimes, casted by various people. We've got quality stuff going on there. If you think this game looks cool, I highly recommend you pick it up. Even just playing it casually is an absolute treat. Yeah, I think that's all I've got, gamers. See y'all around.